González puede venirse hacia el home plate. Va el disparo de Telly. Richardson. Sí. Lo espera. Pero anota por una esquina del home plate Alberto González. Y el juego ahora 2-0. Y aquí van a votar a Carlos García seguro.
Sí, y creo que hay un detalle importante. Él da un guantazo y levanta el guante. Y por debajo del guante parece que se cuela en el deslizamiento de González.
Así es. Una jugada realmente...
And now they're both thrown out. And now Tony Vitello bumps the third base umpire.
All right, welcome in everybody. We got a special episode. Wasn't even planned. I don't even know what we're doing. I used to have a segment called Blow the Whistle because I can't stand referees and umpires. And here I am sitting here with a former baseball player, now umpires, supposed to be the very essence of everything I hate. And yet he's my friend. Welcome to the show, JJ. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on, Jim. Thanks, brother.
Absolutely. You know, before we get into your story, talk about baseball, talk about why you became an umpire. I got to talk, man. Before you came on, I'm watching LSU, South Carolina women's basketball. What do you think it means to have, it's on ESPN, on the national stage over, NBA basketball, to have collegiate athletics, but specifically women's basketball, be the main thing going on, during the week for a primetime game?
I think we need to have more of it because I am a girl dad. I got 3 daughters, man. So I want them to have all the exposure they can have, and they start right now while they're young. I got daughters that's 16, 75, and they can see this on TV. They downstairs watching it as well. So they can see it. They can, get themselves ready and look up to girls like these that's playing basketball, and hopefully they have some dreams to do the same, man.
Absolutely. So, talking about events that are professional going on, football's going on right now, NFL playoffs. Got to know, with the 4 teams that are left, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Man, I'm a Bears fan, so I know we don't never have a chance of winning it right now. It'll probably be the 49ers, man. I got the 49ers winning it.
I gotcha. Me too. I'd like to see Detroit do it just because their fans, they never got to feel what it's like to win a Super Bowl, but can't pick with my heart, got to pick with my head. And right now it still says San Francisco. But we always like to ask the guests, music. I see you in the gym every day. What's your go-to music right now? If you're to pick anything to put on the headphones, what are you listening to?
Oh man, I'm listening to old Lil Wayne. I'm old school. I'm listening to Lil Wayne, Cash Money. When I'm on doing my bench press, I got you on. I'm listening to In Off the Bench. I'm listening to some First Take. I'm listening to all of it, man. I got you on most of the.
What's wild about Lil Wayne is he's been around so long. He was on back when I was in high school, and he's still putting out music now. So, like you say, old, but some people, I mean, he's still relevant and new. I mean, he's still doing it.
He's still rocking it, man. He's still kicking it.
All right, so let's get into your story, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, man. Born and raised. October 31st, 1980.
Halloween birthday. That's interesting.
I'm old, man.
We just had a guest on whose birthday was on Halloween. We used to ask, did you actually have a birthday party, or did you just go do a Halloween party and the two kind of came together?
Man, I grew up in the hood, man. We had a mask on, and right after school we had our school clothes on, jeans, and back then it was Jabos and Tommy Hilfiger shirt on and a Halloween mask, a Michael Myers mask or a wolf mask, and we went door to door with a Walmart bag looking for candy.
I'm glad you brought up Tommy Hilfiger because we was listening to a sermon at church last Sunday, and he was talking about the brands that he wore in middle school growing up, and he's like, you either had one of 3, and he mentioned Polo, but I kept looking at my wife. I was like, Tommy Hilfiger, and then he listed them, and I was like, man, no. I was like, this man didn't wear Hilfiger. He wasn't in middle school. Nope. But, getting into your family, what's it like? You got
Nope. It was Tommy Hilfiger.
Are you breaking up real bad because you way behind me?
Man, I got you, man. This old school internet, man. I got you. I'm listening. I got you now.
Nah, you good. You good. So I was wondering why there was a long pause. It's all good. I'll edit it out. That's what I do. No, talking about family, growing up, you got mom, dad in the house, you got brothers and sisters. What we looking at?
Man, I actually was raised by my grandparents, man. My grandfather was a big influence in my life, man. That's where he got me into baseball when I was 9, into football when I was 12. Took me out on the farm, raised cows, baled hay, bush hog. We did it, man. I fished, I hunt. So my father played a role. My father also as well. Once I turned 18, I connected back with him. We got a great relationship now. My mom is in my life as well, or was in my life. I had the whole family, man. They were all with teachers. So I had that discipline to do what I need to do at school and go from there.
Yeah, man, very diverse. You talked about being a hood, now you're talking about Bell and Hay. Like, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Jack of all trades. So you play baseball, you play football. You talk about being 9 years old. At what point though, obviously to get to the level you did in baseball, at what point did you start taking baseball more seriously?
Oh man, ninth grade, man. Stan and Stu, they're old pitchers that played with the twins. They twins that grew up in my in Jackson. They used to have camps. I would go to them. I started ninth grade, and I was being looked at ever since then. 11th grade, 12th grade year, I is in baseball when having scouts coming out to the games, and I had to make that choice. I chose them both actually. Signed my baseball scholarship. I started a baseball contract. Got drafted by the Brewers in '99 out of high school. I signed that. I also signed a football scholarship at Louisiana Tech to play receiver. I played 2 years there, and then I stepped away for a minute and went strictly baseball with the Brewers. Then came back and finished my football career in college at Jackson State last 2 years.
All right, so I got to go visit Louisiana Tech and the football in Ruston the other day. Got to see the facilities, and so in your experience there, how was La Tech football while you were there?
La Tech was real good, man. My first year, I actually played with longtime 49er quarterback Tim Rattay. My freshman year, I played with him. It was his senior year. It was real good football, man. We threw the ball. Our run game, 4th and inches, we were 5 wide. And our run game would slot guys, did a belly out, swing out pass, and that was our run game. So we threw the ball, man. Fourth, whatever it was, we threw the ball. Fourth and inches, we 5 wide. 3rd and 20, we were 5 wide. So we actually led the nation that year in passing.
Nice. So, when it came to doing both, you talked about you being good at both. Which one did you actually enjoy more? Like, let's go there. Which one did you enjoy more, and was it the same one that you were the best at?
Let's see. I started enjoying more actually at a spring game. Passed across the middle, got hit by my own roommate on the knee, and they took me out a couple weeks. And then I said, you know what, baseball a little bit more enjoyable. So
That's why I've never understood. That's why I've never understood these elite dudes who go get hit in the NFL when they could just play baseball and not get hit by nobody and make just as much money.
right. But I mean, I enjoyed football as well, man. The intensity in both sports, man. It drew me to both of them. And I enjoyed them both. And baseball was more of a passion. And guess what? I came back when I was no baseball. Came back to football my last 2 years.
So let's talk about your baseball experience in the minors. What was it like? Who did you play for? Give us that experience. Even though it was limited, you did go back to football. Talk about your time in baseball.
Baseball was fun, man. Started off in rookie ball, of course. I was in Ogden, Utah. Played there. Then I moved up, went on to high in Lloyd and Beloit and stuff like that. Spring training, I played some games, played some big league games, spring training. But I had so much fun, man. Guys that I played with, I don't like to call names out, but Corey Hart. I played with JJ Hardy. Prince was in that realm as well. Prince Fielder. It was a good experience, man. As far as being 18 and 19, 20 years old, once you turn 21, you're pretty grown. But being 18, 19 and in spring training in Arizona, being from Mississippi was a big cultural shock me. But I enjoyed every bit of it, man. I enjoyed it all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very select few who actually get to do both the way you did it. Usually it's choosing one or the other. Obviously, you did choose one, but you got to go to the other. And so to be able to be successful, be able to play minor league ball, baseball, be able to play college football, pretty big deal. But the interesting term for me, because obviously I didn't know you then, I see you as an SEC umpire. So when your career ends in football, after you go back, how do you end up becoming a baseball umpire?
Oh man, you ready for this story? You got a minute?
Let's go there. How did you go to the dark side? Because, like I said, I don't like the boys in blue.
All right, man. Shit. After baseball and football, man, I coached at junior college, Hines Community College. Coached there for a couple years, and there's an umpire that I knew that had a baseball camp going on, and he used our players as fielders to set up plays for the umpires. And I was out there fun going. I knew him real well. I was 28 at the time. He said, "You know what? Y'all have to try the umpire side of it." I said, "You know what? Why not? I'm done with football. I graduated from college. Wasn't married. Didn't have a real career at the time. Just coaching, trying to feel it through." He told me, if you wanted to do this, you can actually get a scholarship to umpire school. I said, "Oh yeah, sign me up." He said, "Wait, that easy? It ain't that easy." He made a couple phone calls. Got a scholarship to umpire school. Went through umpire school for 5 weeks. Graduated out of there. Went on to the evaluation course the placement course to actually go into professional baseball. Made it out of there and started in 2010 in rookie ball and worked my way up and AAA, a couple years in the big leagues. Here I am now, man, and retired and done from professional ball, and now I'm an SEC umpire.
So I did this, and it's fun because if you Google Javerro January umpire, do you know the first thing that comes up?
Probably some stuff from Venezuela.
No, man, there it is. Tony Vitello, a picture of him. And it's funny because I message him and he tells me you are the most underrated umpire in the SEC. And here it goes. You got under the Knoxville News about Tony V and Frank Anderson being ejected, and there's your name. How you like being tied to that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Tony Vitello is a wonderful person, great coach, great man. Now that I've worked in the SEC, all of the coaches I've come across now are good people, good men. You're gonna always have time where you clash or you have disagreements, and that's just a part of the game. They fight for their teams, and we fighting for the integrity of the game. But when it's all over, man, I've never had a coach ever SEC level to take it off the field and take it personal. We always come back the next day and it's, hey Tony, how you doing? Hey, Kingston, how you doing? Mark, how you doing? Guys, I mean Kentucky, all over guys. I have never had any issue with no coaches, man, and even Jay at LSU. Jay at LSU is the quietest guy I ever met. He lets you work. Same way. If you had a disagreement, come back to the play. Hey, the next day it's over. How you doing? How you doing, JJ? How you doing, Jay? It's over.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I joke about, the boys in blue, and I respect you for being able to do that job, especially, you got to hear it from the players, you got to hear it from the coaches. And then obviously you got to hear it from the fans. But I'm going to tell you, I got a newfound respect from you because you bring up Venezuela. And so here I am looking and watching this video. I'm gonna have to be blunt on the show. How you don't beat his ass is beyond me. Ain't nobody getting in my face talking out the side of their neck like that and not getting thumped. How do you manage to have that kind of composure? And anybody who listens to this episode, man, just like I said, Javerro January, you go to YouTube, it's right there in the top video. How you manage to not absolutely give it to this dude?
But you got to look at the situation. You got to look at the difference in American baseball and Latin baseball, and Latin baseball is so passionate about the game. Is live or die by every pitch. Every game over there is about 5 hours long. The fans are into it. And you're like a police officer. When you're umpire, you're like a police officer, man. You got to turn the other cheek, man. When you get pulled over by somebody or you get pulled over by a police officer, you pissed, and they have to kind of tone it down and kind of keep their composure. It's the same way as umpire, man, because you're never right. Right? Somebody's gonna be pissed off or you 50-50. But man, Venezuelan, if you worked over in the Venezuela or you worked in any Latin baseball or what we call winter league, it prepared you for the closest thing now is the SEC. Working at Tennessee, working at Ole Miss, hearing it from Mike Bianco, and then like he's one of the coaches. He'll give it to you, but when the game's over with, he's a great guy as well. So it's the same in Venezuela. They get you ready. SEC is about this. Man, you have to be really focused, and it is what it is. You get yelled at and you turn the other cheek and keep going.
Yeah. So my question is, how do you end up in Venezuela, baseball? Like how did that even come about?
My first year AA, my supervisor approached me and said, look, we're looking at putting you into sending you to winter ball. Back then, that's like 2024, between 2014, I'm sorry, 2024, 2014, 2015, and before, in order to what we call to be eligible for a major league job or a contract as an umpire, you had to spend at least a season in winter ball. And so that was, he approached me. I said, look, yeah, definitely going. And, that's 6 months of away from your family from October to February or March. No Christmas, no New Year's. You in Venezuela. You off for a week for Christmas, but you can't go home. So, it's a grind over there, man.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean that, I told you this is the first when we came on because we was boys, the first episode I did without prepping and just going through the pictures, man. You've been around the block. I'm seeing minor league baseball, like I mean, it seems like you've done umpiring, you talk about SEC, obviously for me, I feel like that's the best of the best, but whether it's, down there in Venezuela or minor league, I mean, you've pretty much had a, taste of everything, it seems like.
Oh man, if I was to retire from everything today, I lived a good life. If I died today, I've experienced it all, especially what I want to do in football and baseball. I experienced it all, man. Meeting good people. I was connected with you. It's been a blessing. My life been a blessing, man. If it was the end right now, I've done it all.
Well, man, it's been a blessing because I'm gonna give you the shout out. We announced that old Dominic is now a sponsor of the show, and obviously you helped connect that, get that meeting going. And so between that and then you gave my son the tour at Ole Miss, and so shout out to you for what you have been able to do for in off the bench for my family. So appreciate that. You haven't been sharp on the iron sharpens iron in the gym because you don't show up half the time, but you know it's all right.
I go in the evening time. You're not
Bro,
there.
you don't show up for like 3 months and then come out of nowhere wearing that same shirt.
Hey, I go in the evening times, man. I'm like a cartoon character, man. I wear the same outfit, but it's a different episode. It's a different way of life.
I'm telling everybody right now, if JJ makes a bad call in the SEC, you can find him in the Subtle Athletic Club wearing an Orange Theory shirt if you want to get after him. Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, if it's on a Friday night, I make a bad call on a Friday night. You'll find me in the hotel gym with that Orange Theory shirt on. So you have to wait. You don't have to wait till the following week. I've been in Orange Theory shirt in the gym, the hotel on that Saturday morning.
So something else I want to talk about before we get into the game we play, life of an umpire, because I told you about the Keyshawn Butte story coming out with him gambling and the life of an umpire and the things that you don't get to enjoy that the normal people don't get to do. Talk about how you're not even allowed to step on the floor of a casino because the rules and regulations y'all have to abide by.
Man, the one thing I say about being an umpire, man, or being official, period, man, you are the integrity of the game. You are the rules of the game. You are what makes a bet, or people that you does betting, whatever. You are the integrity. So you have to uphold that, and you have to take pride in it, man. I take pride in that, man. I don't deal with casinos. I don't deal with betting. Because I have a job to give my 110% to those kids or those student athletes now on the field, to give them my best effort to make sure that the game is being played the right way, make sure the integrity is kept. And that's all that I want to do right now as far as a SEC umpire. Make sure these student athletes get the best out of me as well.
Yeah, no doubt. And I love that you set the example. If I would have asked you, I'm still shocked after Bohannon got fired with the whole Alabama thing. If I'd have told you that team was going to make it to the Supers, would you have believed that?
Oh, man, they were good. They were good. They were good.
But I
the
expected them to
SEC is
fold.
good.
You lose your
That is
coach.
But those kids on the field, man, I've had them, man. Those kids on the field, man, they actually were good players and good kids. So I didn't expect nothing different from them. Whoever were coaching them, hell, I could have coached them, and they would have made the Super Bowl, whatever it was, if I was coaching them. They were good. They were good players. They were good kids.
Man, speaking of, man, I love when stuff comes like right when we're doing a show. They now have, I don't have FanDuel because, in Mississippi, you can't have it anyway, but they actually have live on the FanDuel app. You can bet on the Golden Spikes. The odds on favorite is, who do you think?
Ooh. Ooh. Who is it?
Caglianone from Florida, with Kurtz right behind him.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
got Florida.
Looking at these odds, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Give me Give me Charlie Condon at plus 1,400 all day as opposed to Cags at plus 500. Give me those odds. See, you can't even do nothing like that. See, that's not fun.
You know what? I can't do it. So you give the odds out, and guess what? You watch the game and give me the integrity of the game on your odds, and I let the guys on the field decide what happened. How about that? I got
Exactly.
no bias in it. I got no winners, no losers. I got no teams in it. I just want to be the integrity of it and let them decide who wins, and then you make your odds, and then I'm out of it.
Well, what's great is I have the bragging rights of on air on this show and on Twitter having the receipts. I have predicted the national champion preseason all the last 3 seasons in college baseball, but yet I didn't bet it. It's wild. I don't know what I'm doing. I could be rich by now. I'm wasting my time here.
Guess what? Guess what? When you pick the national champion, who you think the national champion going to be? Guess who's always there?
Is that you?
The men, the men in blue. They all. You can always bet on the men in blue to be at the national championship. Always.
Well, what I like.
That team never changed.
What I like is in Omaha the last 3 years I've been there. They haven't been instrumental in causing any kind of a scene, any kind of big play. Really, the only big call was LSU in that bang bang call with Trey Morgan and Milazzo, and they got it right.
Yep. Hey, the guys that worked the College World Series, man, they put in the time. They've been through multiple super regionals. So those guys that worked the College World Series deserving of it. They worked hard to get there, and it should be a congrats to whoever makes the College World Series, because it's a hard hill to climb for those guys that actually get selected for the College World Series. Those 8 guys, it's a very tough thing to do.
Absolutely. Well, with that, we're gonna put you on the hot seat. We're gonna play a game of this or that. This or that is brought to you by Chinook Seedery. I know your favorite flavor, but for those who don't know, 8 flavors Mild to Wild. What is your flavor of choice?
Smokehouse barbecue.
Man, I'm talking about ran me out of them in Oxford, and that's why I wore this hat. You said you wore an Ole Miss hat. I got the LSU background. I got you on. Didn't even play for any of them. I got the Ole Miss hat on because when I think you, I think of running me out of barbecue season in Oxford.
Smokehouse barbecue, baby.
That's it right there. All right. So this or that's 2 options, one or the other. Can't say neither. Can't say both. Start off with the easy question: chicken or beef tacos?
Oh, chicken.
All right. Liquid soap or bar soap?
Oh, bar soap. Bar soap. They have a man. Let me tell you real quick. Academy Sports has a Buffalo Trace bar soap that I use and I get, and I run out of it probably once a month. I go back and get it every month. That's a good bar soap.
There you go. Yeah, I got some special bar soap myself. That would make back-to-back bar soaps, which would only make it's me, you, Vince, Honeycutt, and then Ty Atkins from no, it was DJ Primo. Yeah, so there's a few of us out there that prefer bar soap, but it's very rare, it seems like. But I believe it gets your hands cleaner and it makes them smell better. So, and then you're using the special brand, so I definitely believe that.
And it lasts longer.
There you go. All right. Would you rather have a private jet? I can't talk. Private jet or a private yacht?
A yacht. A private yacht, man. I like to float and eat.
Me too. All right. When you're being an ump, you like to be behind the plate or out in the field?
Behind the plate. Behind the plate. Behind the plate, man. Guess what TV screen is? Looking at the picture, the batter, the captain, and you.
That is a fact, but you also got all the attention and the guy who's got to do the hardest job.
Exactly. It keeps you focused, man. Keeps you in the game.
No doubt. All right. Would you rather be lost in a jungle or trapped in a haunted house?
Come on, dog. October 31st, man. Haunted house, man.
But hey, look,
Haunted house.
but
I'm
black
actually going
guys die
scary.
first, don't you know?
Man, hey, it don't matter. I'll be the one dead then. I'll be the first one out. I'll be the first one dead.
I would like to know that. I would like to know why the black guy always dies first.
It don't matter where the black guy go. It could be a jungle on a haunted house or here with my wife. I'm gonna die first.
So with that, we have the other question we normally ask that I wasn't gonna ask, but we always say costume party or pool party. I mean, Halloween seems to be your thing. Does that mean you're picking the costume party, or are you still pool party?
Pool party.
I mean,
Pool party. So have a Halloween party by the pool.
there you go. All right, last question, Mr. Integrity. Would you rather have a briefcase with $10 million, or let's see, for you, because you're not an active player, would you rather have gotten a shot, no money in the MLB?
My wife would kill me for the 10 mil, but I want that shot for the MLB. My lifetime contract.
There you go. Just pay me in sunflower seeds.
All
right.
I can do that now.
There you go. You off the hot seat. I look forward to this season. I'm gonna put the pictures up so you know who Javerro is. Public enemy number one. He's calling bad balls and strikes behind the plate. He's probably tossing out your favorite coach. You can find him, like I said, DeSoto Athletic Club, wearing an Orange Theory shirt if you want to really if you really got a problem with him.
But you gonna get me killed, man.
Man, for real. Hey, at least I'll be in there with you. I got your back, man. But that's Javerro January, everybody. If you like hearing his story, or you just like hearing Average Joe's talk X's and O's, please like and share the podcast on Facebook. Retweet us on Twitter. Listen and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and Anchor. As always, comments, hugs, love, feedback, all that good stuff is welcome. We will see everyone back Monday night, episode 16. We are heading to Columbia, South Carolina with our guy, Cole Messina, who probably doesn't like JJ at all because he's a catcher. But with that being said, strong body.
Great. Hey, Cole Messina, great guy, man. Great catcher, man. Y'all tune in for that. Great guy.
There we go. But in the meantime, strong bodies, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.